Working safely in the home office, these 5 rules must be observed. That's what this video is about. Rule number 1, no mixing of personal and work devices. Even though you may have many personal electronic devices at home, you should only use the provided work laptop for work and not any personal smartphones, etc. That means it remains the case that you should use only the communication channels approved by the company, whether that's email, Slack, or whatever else is provided, or whatever other approved method is available, and not, for example, contact employees via private WhatsApp or similar apps. Even if you might be good friends with your colleagues, work matters should still be handled on work devices. These are specially secured. With private devices, you can't necessarily assume that they are always secure. Even if I say my device is secure, that doesn't mean my communication partner's device is secure as well, is also secure. If my work computer doesn't install updates automatically, then I should of course make sure that these updates are installed automatically when working from home. That means whenever you see a notification saying an update is available, always update. When I access company resources from my home office in particular, that could be, for example, company servers that are also accessible via the internet, or also through a so-called VPN, a virtual private network. If you can access the company network directly as if you were at the company location, then of course it's important to ensure secure access there as well. This means it can be managed by the company itself, either through certificates or through passwords. And here, of course, it's also important that I, as the user, enter these secure passwords from my side as well. Secure passwords are not the only thing. There's also multi-factor authentication. That means if I can use 2 factors, such as a code or fingerprint or something else as an additional factor, then I should definitely do that as well. As a 4th point, safe practices also apply in the home office. That means the clean desk, clear screen policy, which often exists in companies, also applies here. This means I should position myself so that people outside can't just look at my screen and see what confidential messages I might be writing, or even if I am not, for example, even if I live alone, so that a roommate or someone else can't somehow look at my laptop to see what interesting things I'm doing and maybe even send messages in my name, because they might write something, maybe just as a joke, I don't know, but exactly that's something you should also avoid. And that's why, for example, you should use the screen lock. On Windows, it's Windows plus L, or on Mac, it's Control plus Q, so that you activate the screen lock and your computer is secured. If I just go to the bathroom for a moment, and that way no one else can perform actions on my laptop in my name. Working from home can also mean that I'm not actually at home, but working somewhere else, mobile working. I might be on a train, in a hotel, in a lobby, in a cafe, wherever. And you should also make sure not to have any confidential conversations there. Even just the audio signal could potentially be intercepted. Someone could overhear what is being discussed. And as a final point here, don't leave any printouts lying around that you may have brought from work or printed out at home. You shouldn't leave those out in the open either, just as you would lock your screen digitally. So really make sure to lock away documents somewhere and not carry them around openly. And as the 5th and final point, also be mindful of social engineering when working from home. That basically means don't open unexpected emails, don't click on links you weren't expecting, and don't open attachments you weren't expecting. And if a colleague writes to you asking you to check something on WhatsApp, don't fall for it. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's really the colleague they claim to be. And a warning sign is always something very urgent and sudden. And only you as an employee are able to carry it out, right now. That's always very questionable, especially when there are such short deadlines. For example, this and that needs to be done by this afternoon. That really smells like phishing. For more topics like this, feel free to subscribe to the channel and leave a like.